Good morning to all of you. I am Anshul Sharma, your biology teacher, and in this video tutorial we are going to discuss about the human's nervous system. Here you can see the diagram. This diagram is representing a overall structure of the human nervous system. It consists of brain. From the brain a spinal cord arises, and there are some nerves that are arising from the brain and the spinal cord. So the nerves that arise from the brain, they are known as cranial nerves, and the nerves that arise from the spinal cord, they are called spinal nerves. This entire nervous system is made up of nervous tissue, and it is basically responsible for controlling and coordinating different activities of the body. The nervous system of human can be divided into two parts depending upon the location of the part and their function. The part of the nervous system that is located in the central axis of the body, that include the brain and the spinal cord, it forms the central nervous system or CNS, and the part of the nervous system that is spread throughout the body, that include the nerves arising from the brain and the nerves arising from the spinal cord, that means the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. This part and the other neurons present in the body, they collectively form the peripheral nervous system. So the nervous system can be divided into two parts, central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So now in further we are going to discuss about a brief account of the human brain. The human brain is also known as by in Greek language encephalon. The brain is the main control and coordinating center of the body. That means whatever the thinking, decision making, controlling of voluntary activity of the body, and these all functions are performed by the brain. So it is the main coordinating organ of our body. The location of brain, the brain is located in the skull region. There is a region of the skull, that region is known as the cranial region, and in this cranial region the brain is located. The brain is protected by a bony cap-like structure. You can feel on your head a bony cap-like structure is there, and this cap-like structure is known as cranium. The cranium is made up of 8 bones. They forms a cranium. Inside the cranium there is a fluid-filled space, and that fluid-filled space contains the brain. That means the brain have the double protection. Outsidedly it is protected by the bones of the cranium that protect it from the mechanical injury, and inside the bones the fluid is filled, and that fluid will protect the brain from further jerk and further any kind of shock. कोई भी शॉक वगैरह लगता है तो ब्रेन के पास तक वो शॉक की एनर्जी नहीं पहुंचती, फ्लूइड इस एनर्जी को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है. तो दिस इज हाउ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ आवर बॉडी एंड मोस्ट डेलिकेट पार्ट ऑफ द body, that is brain, is protected in the skull or the cranium. Now let's discuss the part of the brain. The human brain can be divided into 3 parts depending upon their location. The first is the forebrain, because brain is also known as encephalon, so forebrain is also known as by proencephalon. The midbrain, it is also known as the name mesencephalon. Mesen means mid and encephalon, that means brain. And hindbrain, that is also known as metencephalon. Meten means tail or hind region, and encephalon, that means the brain. That means the anterior region of the brain is proencephalon, mid region of the brain is mesencephalon, and the talar region of the brain is the metencephalon. Okay, so here you can see the diagram of human brain. This region, entire region is showing the forebrain. Then उसके पीछे this region is representing the midbrain, and जो सबसे पीछे region present है, that include the pons, medulla and cerebellum, that region is known as the hindbrain. So human brain is made up of 3 parts. The forebrain include the cerebrum, and this part that include the thalamus, hypothalamus and pituitary, that is the part of forebrain. Then there is midbrain. Here you can see this is the midbrain. And hindbrain, has 3 parts: the cerebellum, the pons, this outgrowth you can see here, and the medulla that continues into the spinal cord in the back region. So the forebrain of the human is made up of 3 parts. Made up of 2 parts. The first is the cerebrum and the second is the diencephalon. In this diagram here you can see this is the cerebrum region of the brain, this is the forebrain. Then midbrain is not seen here because this is the entire diagram of human brain. The previous diagram that I showed, that is the section of brain, that is why you can see the inner part, the midbrain also. But because the cerebrum is the largest part and it covers the entire part of the brain, other part of the brain. If you see the dorsal view of the brain, अगर हम brain को ऊपर की तरफ से देखें तो here you can see the cerebrum is divided into 2 half circle, and that is why they are known as hemispheres. Hemi means half and spheres means circle. So it is divided into 2 hemispheres, the left hemispheres and the right hemispheres. The cerebrum part of the brain has the complex network of neuron, and this is the main part that is responsible for thinking process. In this diagram you can see the cerebrum is divided into different regions, and these different regions are responsible for the different activities. In front side you can see there is an area that is known as sensory lobe or sensory region or sensory cortex region. This region is responsible for receiving different sensory impulses from the various receptors. आपकी body में जो अलग-अलग receptors हैं, they receive different sensory information from the environment and pass these information to the sensory lobe. Then there you can see in the blue color there is an area that is known as motor cortex. Motor cortex is responsible for passing the decision or the different action impulses to the voluntary muscles of the body. Muscles को impulse pass करता है कि muscle को किस तरीके से काम करना है. Then you can see there is a region that is known as temporal region of cerebral cortex. This temporal lobe is responsible for the hearing process. Then you can see there is a region that is called olfactory lobe, and this olfactory lobe is responsible for the responsible for the smelling, because olfaction means smell, so this lobe is responsible for the smelling process. And the last region you can see, this is the occipital region that is responsible for the sight and vision. In between the motor and the sensory area, here you can see there is an area that cannot be determined as sensory area or the motor area, and these areas are known as the association areas. This association area is responsible for making the decision. Actually जो sensory information है वो